Good morning, everybody. Welcome to CW Live. Delighted to once again, following on from Saturday, we're back again on Monday. Andy, back again with another strike. Our supply chain and admin members. Sounds from the initial reports we're getting in and the messages and videos and pictures and stuff that really good picket lines, really lively, really well supported. Is that your view?
Absolutely. Morning, everybody. The pickets were out in strong numbers very early this morning.
Yeah.
Hot on the heels of an excellent strike on Saturday from amongst our Crown members, and supply chain and admin are following suit. So yeah, two very, very successful strike days from across our Post Office membership, who really are hardcore and up for this in a big way.
I noticed this morning a couple of messages we've had in, but also commitments that we've had for Labour MPs who are saying, like, we're going to get out and about, we're going to support you on social media. Do you think that sort of stuff is going to be heartening to our members to see that political support?
Absolutely. The more political support that we can garner, the better. Not least of all, to put pressure on the Post Office, and the spotlight needs to go on the Post Office, because people need to know what Nick Reed as the CEO is doing in respect to the way he's treating his workforce. Remember, these are key workers that are out delivering and collecting money, keeping the Post Office operation going, connecting society, the public with the communities across the UK during the pandemic, keeping Crown offices open, and supporting the whole Post Office network. And yet these key workers are being treated as second-class citizens by the Post Office management. And that the politicians need to know that. So the more support we can garner from politicians, the better, to raise the profile of this dispute wider than just within the Post Office, but across Westminster, the devolved authorities and the assemblies and the Scottish Parliament. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Thank you, Andy. So I can see you online watching, everybody. It's fantastic to have you with us. Let us know that you're back in our supply chain members, because that solidarity means a lot. I'm assuming, Andy, obviously it's Saturday when I last spoke to you. It's only a couple of days that there hasn't been any development in terms of where Post Office management are. I'm assuming the message is still the same, that your door is open.
Absolutely. We remain available for negotiations. We believe that there has to be a solution to this dispute, and that solution is to thrash out a deal for last year, and we need to sort out this year's pay as well. Have heard nothing from the Post Office, but I'm not surprised by that. The silence is actually deafening. They can't even attempt to justify their position. They're not putting up anybody for the press, against the press and media, and they're not attempting to issue any sort of press release that justifies their position. They can't defend their position. I mean, they've got no arguments, so they've gone very, very quiet. So it's to be expected with this Post Office. They've got no shame, and they're not prepared to stand up and field people. And my challenge is, let's have a public debate with Nick Reed. I would come merrily sit in and debate these issues with him live out to his workforce, to our members. Invite me on his 10 at 10, and I'll challenge him face to face. No problem.
Brilliant. Or maybe Nick, you can come and join Andy and I here. There's always a seat for you. We can get some questions across. So, I mean, thinking about Nick Reed and the senior Post Office management. Andy, you and I were discussing bright and early this morning the prospect of ratcheting things up in the media, ratcheting things up politically. Maybe digging a little bit into some of these senior management and some of their backgrounds and their multiple roles on other boards and stuff like that, and saying, basically, we need to let the Post Office know that this is not a dispute that's going away.
Absolutely. Well, there's two facets to this. One, our members are losing out because they've squandered millions and millions of pounds on Horizon, on legal fees, legal costs to defend themselves. So, it's fair to say that our members are now becoming further victims of the Horizon scandal, not victims to the scale of the postmasters who lost their livelihoods, lost their families, their businesses, their homes, but nonetheless that, because there's seemingly no money, or they're claiming there's no money, it's because they've wasted that all on the scandal and defending and trying to save their necks. So that's the first point. The second point is that it's the whole mismanagement of the Post Office and the future direction, the lack of vision, and the lack of investing in the greatest asset, which is the people. And postmasters are getting a raw deal as well. So the whole of the people delivering to the community, 10 million customers every single week going to post offices, and the people delivering that service are being treated abominably by a senior leadership who are clueless, out of touch with reality, just do not understand what ordinary working class people are suffering.
All right, spot on, Andy. So you and I, so everyone knows, we're jumping on a train. We're going to get up to Liverpool. We've got all the reps briefings for the Royal Mail group. So more hard work. We're also trying to, support our colleagues across BTE and Openreach as well. Tonight we'll be back for a roundup session, so you can talk with the members about how the strike's gone as a whole for the day. So just maybe a quick message to close up the session before we head off, in terms of a thank you to our members and final message.
Yeah, well, look, we thanked our Crown members on Saturday who delivered in unprecedented numbers. We believe the same has happened again today with our admin and supply chain members. All reports are that the depots and the cash centres are solidly behind this dispute. So, once again, a big thank you from the bottom of my heart, because without your sacrifice and without the struggle that our members are taking, we wouldn't be able to challenge and hold accountable, hold the feet to the fire of the Nick Reeds of this world, who after all don't have to worry about paying the electricity bill or such like. They've got lots of money. Our members need a decent pay rise to keep the roofs over their head, to keep food on the table. Things are very, very tough at the moment. So the sacrifices our members have made is deeply appreciated. But we need to, keep on going, because the only way forward on this is to keep the pressure on the Post Office. And if we do that, then we will prevail. We will get a good outcome, and we will get the benefits that our members deserve, rightly so. Because as key workers that kept the nation's post offices open throughout the pandemic, they deserve a lot more respect and dignity than they're receiving from the Post Office today.
Spot on. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for your time. I don't know if you can see it there, but Andy's jumper says CW, pride of the movement. All of our post office members, the message to you is today you're the pride